Good day, everyone. I'm Judimi Avisabilia, a fourth-year aquatic biology student, and welcome to my documentary video about the fascinating aquatic invertebrates. First, let's talk about the green mussel, or the Perna viridis. It is a species of bivalve mollusk found in coastal waters, particularly in the tropical and subtropical regions. Let's take a look at its taxonomic classification. They are kingdom Animalia, phylum Mollusca, class Bivalvia, and order Mytilida, family Mytilidae, and genus is Perna. And the species is Perna viridis. This mussel is easy to recognize by its vibrant green shell with a smooth elongated shape that can grow up to 10 centimeters or more. The green color becomes more intense towards the outer edge of the shell. Another distinguishing feature is the basal thread. Those silky fibers they use to attach themselves to rocks, mangrove roots, and even man-made structures. And also you can see its gills and foot. Then we have the strawberry conch, and it gets its name from its bright glossy shell that often displays pink to reddish tones with small white spots similar to the surface of a strawberry. Let's take a look at its taxonomic classification. Their kingdom Animalia, phylum Mollusca, class Gastropoda, order Litorhinomorpha, family Strombidae, and genus Coniomerex, and species Coniomerex luanus. Coniomerex luanus is known for its distinctive shell, but what makes it more fascinating is the way it moves. Instead of slowly crawling, and it uses a specialized foot and its operculum to leap or hoop, which is rare among snails. And this species thrives in shallow tropical waters, especially in sandy or seagrass habitats, where it plays an ecological role as an herbivore by grazing on algae. Next, we have the Talamita crinata. It's a species of a swimming crab found in shallow coastal areas, particularly in mangroves, seagrass beds, and intertidal zones. So for its taxonomic classification, their kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Crustacea, class Malacostraca, order Decapoda, and family Portunidae, genus Talamita, and for the species Talamita crinata. Talamita crinata can be identified by its broad oval-shaped carapace with 5 sharp lateral spines on each side. It also has long, slender claws and flattened hind legs that are adapted for swimming. A key distinguishing feature of this species is its strong swimming ability, using its paddle-shaped back legs to move quickly in water, which helps it escape predators. And also, turn the crab upside down so you can see the abdominal flap, also called the apron, located on the ventral side or underside of the body. So males have narrow and pointed flap, like a thin triangle, while females have wide and rounded flap, almost like an oval in dome shape. And this is where they carry their eggs when they are buried. And then we went to Hartmann Beach to find some horseshoe crabs. Horseshoe crabs may look like crustaceans, but they actually belong to a different group of arthropods, more closely related to spiders and scorpions than to true crabs. And for its taxonomic classification, they are kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Chilicerata, class Merostomata, and order Scyphosaurida, and family Gemmulidae, and their subfamily is Tachyplinae, and genus Tachypleus, and species Tachypleus tridentatus. And horseshoe crabs have a hard dome-shaped shell called the prosoma, a spiny tail called the telson, and a central body region known as the opisthosoma. And the telson is not a weapon, but it is used to help the crab flip itself over if they're turned upside down. And also males are usually smaller and have modified front claws that look like boxing gloves, and these are used to grip the female shell during mating. So while females are larger and have normal-looking front claws. And for white-legged shrimp, also known as Lithopineus vanimae, it is a species of marine shrimp widely farmed across tropical and subtropical regions due to its fast growth and disease resistant, and also they are high market value. For its taxonomic classification, their kingdom Animalia, phylum Arthropoda, subphylum Crustacea, class Melacostraca, order Decapoda, family Pinaidae, and genus Lithopineus. Species is Lithopineus vanimae. This species can be identified by its white to bluish shell, long antennae, and smooth exoskeleton. So adult individuals usually reach lengths of 20 to 25 centimeter. We also have Polymysoda erosa. It is a species of brackish water clam that plays a significant ecological and economic role in coastal communities. For its taxonomic classification, kingdom Animalia, phylum Mollusca, class Bivalvia, order Venerida, and family Sirenidae, and genus Polymysoda, species Polymysoda erosa. This bivalve has a thick, heavy shell that is rounded or slightly oval, often coated with mud or algae. You can also see its digestive gland, its mantle, and also its gills. And for another example of aquatic invertebrates, we have the oyster, and for its scientific name, Crassostria eridale, or Philippine oyster. So, oysters are bivalve mollusks that live in marine or brackish environments. And they attach themselves to hard surfaces like rocks, pilings, and even other oysters, forming large reef-like structures that support marine ecosystems. For its taxonomic classification, they are kingdom Animalia, phylum Mollusca, class Bivalvia, order Ostrida, and family Ostridae, and genus Crassostria or Ostria, and species Crassostria eridale for Philippine oyster. And for its parts, you can see its gills, belly, and the ombo, and also the mantle. Then we have here the Octopus vulgaris, also known as common octopus. And for its taxonomic classification, they are kingdom Animalia, and phylum Mollusca, class Cephalopoda, order Octopoda, and family Vulgaris. Example is Octopodidae, and genus Octopus. And a species example, we have here the Octopus vulgaris, or common octopus. For its distinct features, you can see here it's a siphon and also the suckers. And I went to BM Beach to find some sea cucumber. Sea cucumbers have elongated soft bodies with leathery skin, and many have tube feet and feeding tentacles surrounding the mouth, which they use to scoop up detritus and organic particles from the seabed. So for their taxonomic classification, their kingdom Animalia, phylum Echinodermata, Holotoroidea, and order Aspidochirutida, and family Holotoridae, and genus Holotoria. And you can see here its anus. And if they're threatened, you will see their Cuvierian tubules for their self-defense. And also they are sessile, meaning they are typically fixed in one place and do not move around actively like many other marine animals. While also they can use their tube feet for some movement. Then we have the Heliopora corolla of blue coral. And for its taxonomic classification, they are in kingdom Animalia, phylum Cnidaria, class Anthozoa, order Alcyonaceae, family Helioporidae, and genus Heliopora, and species Heliopora corollia. And you can see its corallite and the septa. And the last is we have the Cassiopeia sp, or the upside down jellyfish. And for their taxonomy classification, they are in kingdom Animalia, phylum Cnidaria, and class Scyphozoa, in order Rhizostomae, and family Cassiopeidae, and genus Cassiopeia, and for species Cassiopeia sp. And for their distinct features, you can see their oral arms and umbrella, or the flattened bell. That's all, guys, and thank you for watching.